So let's talk about the good news lie. That's what I call it anyway. And I even have a perfect example that just popped up, I believe, yesterday. So let's look at it. So the Department of the Interior came out yesterday or the day before, I'm not sure, and announced the results of their first quarterly lease sale in 2025. This is where we lease federal lands to oil and gas companies for oil and gas production. And of course, the right-wing media picked up on it. First oil and gas lease sales on public lands yield nearly $40 million in early win for Trump administration. What are they picking up on? The announcement from the Department of Interior, which literally looked like something a right-wing media outlet would write about the Trump administration. Yes. And here's another headline: staggering revenues for which states set for payouts. So what do I mean by the term good news lie? This event right here, this lease sale, which raised $39 to $40 million, is being sold and marketed as this huge successful event when it's literally just average everyday business and is not that impressive at all. We have these lease sales all the time. A lot of times these numbers are in the billions of dollars. $40 million ain't nothing in the oil and gas industry, especially for governments, federal and state governments. But another thing they are doing is they're tying this lease sale to Donald Trump's executive order where he announced his energy emergency. Yeah, that's not how this works. That's not how any of this works. That's not a thing. There is a whole process to get from figuring out what land is going to be leased to the point of leasing it. And it's a pretty long process. And I can sort of show it to you right here on the BLM National Register. And this is where they come out and they talk about future lease sales. So this is the second quarter lease sale. This is the next lease sale they're going to have. This particular announcement it gives people, it's like a 30-day period to protest the sale. If people are opposed to it, they can publicly protest it. But, it gives the current number of parcels and the total acreage and where all this land is. It even gives you a map. It also gives you the project start dates. Do you see the project start date up there above my head? What is that? September of 24? Yeah. Basically, all of these lease sales are planned the year prior. So when they're planning 2025 lease sales, they're doing that in 2024. Because in order to hold them in 2025, you have to go through this process, through this series of steps. This is what I mean by the good news lie, and specifically very poor messaging by the Democrats. What people often fail to see about Donald Trump is that his specialty is like marketing and branding, and that's what he does. Everything is always a win, and it's always him. And he sends that out to Republicans across the country, and they spread the word of all the great things Donald Trump is doing. Democrats don't do that. Democrats don't claim victory. And Democrats in our society don't latch on to those things and spread them like wildfire on social media, because Democrats don't really care. But Republicans do. Republicans care that their candidates are winning. So one of the ways that Republicans beat Democrats every day is by claiming and taking victories, whether they're theirs or not, and taking credit for them. And that gets spread all across the country. Democrats, hadn't even occurred to them to do that. Hadn't even occurred to them. Whether it's right or wrong, whether it's a truth or a lie, that's a whole different discussion. The fact of the matter is, it's a winning strategy for Donald Trump and the Republicans. The thing about this lease sale, it's business as usual. They're structuring it as this huge win for Donald Trump. Oh, this is the greatest thing ever. It doesn't occur to anybody that $39 million is chump change. Keep in mind, this is being split up with the federal government in like 5 different states. This is chump change. This is nothing. But it's being billed as this great victory, and billing it this way works. This works every single day for Republicans. And this is just another way that Republicans beat Democrats all the time when it comes to messaging. Thanks.